Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy MKS here, back with another video. And as ever, I invite your comments and I welcome your comments. I appreciate your comments and your own personal views and opinions and thoughts. But this video is a bit different to a lot of my videos I do where I'll talk about lists or whatever. But I think I've done a few videos like this before, but I thought I'd talk about some recent philosophy I was thinking about. And I know I overthink. It's probably a dyslexic trait, or it could be a dyspraxic trait, or it could be a mental health trait. I'm not sure, anxiety trait or whatever. But I was thinking recently about what I think people deserve and what makes me think what I think people, whoever they are, whatever background they are, deserve. And a bit of a controversial opinion of mine, I suppose you could say, although in my head, I don't like to say what's right or wrong or what's correct or not correct unless I have the mathematical facts or data to prove what I'm talking about. And I don't like to be arrogant enough to assume that my opinions are correct. So these basically are just my opinions, although in my head I'm strongly in favor of my own convictions, or however you want to put it, for want of better. My English is not that great, I know, but anyway, sorry, I'm waffling. I was going to say something, but I don't want to go too much off topic or waffle too much. But basically my point is what I think people deserve as individuals. And I'm sure I disagree with most religious folks and probably most people who are philosophers. I was going to say most philosophers, but I'm not counting myself as a philosopher because I don't know if that would be a bit arrogant of me to say. But anyway, this is my philosophy, if you like, and maybe in the future people classify me as a philosopher, I don't know. But in my opinion, anyway, I'm going to try and jump straight to the point, but I think that people do not deserve things for their gender, like for being male or female, or even trans or whatever else, or for being able or disabled, or for the, this is a bit of a difficult one to say because a lot of religious folk will probably say they deserve things for being a certain religion or whatever. But to me, what you deserve is not because you're older or younger or whatever other background you are, but in my opinion, it is because they're based on two things, in my opinion, what you deserve. One are your intentions, and if your intentions are evil, bad or good respectively, I think you deserve the same back to you. So if your intentions are evil, I think you deserve punishments. And although part of me wants everyone to be happy, but and all living things to be happy and have lives worth living and all that, but in a way I think if I would have to prioritize who would be happy and who would suffer, should I say the best of us, but anyway, if I had to prioritize, I would prioritize the people who have positive intentions as being more happy. People have negative intentions, obviously being less happy. Once again, I made that mistake. I didn't say the best for last, but anyway, I think you get the point, hopefully. But the other thing I think you deserve, what makes you deserve what karma, if you want to call it that, or whatever you deserve. I suppose karma is based on what you deserve. Again, not based on your age or your race, your religion, your background, nothing else. In my opinion, is your actions, which are doubly important, I think, to your intentions. Like, for instance, if you could have an intention of setting up a business or going to the gym, but obviously if you don't act upon walking or keeping fit or keeping active or having a better diet or whatever it is, if you don't take action, then I think it's not obviously the same as actually doing it. So I think, as I say, two things that I think define what you deserve. One are your intentions, whether they're negative or positive, some would say the best of last, and two, what your actions are and whether they, not whether they align with that, but basically what your actions are. Are your actions positive or negative or positive? And I suppose your, excuse me, the cause of what you think and do, like for instance, if you have an intention to hurt people, but by chance your intent has actually somehow benefited the world, like for instance, I don't know, let's say a neo-Nazi obviously has an intent of hurting people because of the fact they're different, because of the color of their skin or whatever. Their intent is wicked, in my opinion. Obviously, I would say that as a person of color, and I'm sure most people would agree. But if you did a poll around the world, I'd be shocked if some people obviously would disagree. But anyway, their intent is wickedness or to cause harm or evil or whatever, but their actions. But the consequence of their intention and even actions might well be that it brings people of color or other people to, or even white people who sympathize with people of color or who want to see a better world generally for everyone or whatever. It might bring those people together. So the their intention and action might have created something positive, but I still think they would deserve negative. So in many ways, their intentions, I think intentions should count for something. I think, in my opinion, I would love to see every positive intention, every person who wants to rid the world of poverty or help the disabled or help homeless people or help any other disadvantaged people. I think they deserve positive back to them. I don't want to focus too much on negative, but again, if you have negative intentions to hurt those people, I think, or hurt anyone, I think you're, unless it's in self-defense perhaps or whatever, I think that you're you deserve punishment. But I want to focus more on the positive. So as I say, I think, you hear these terms like, because you respect your elders, or that if you're a man you're supposed to pay for everything, or if you're a woman you can get away with certain things, or if you're a bloke you can get away with certain things. And as I say, to me, without wanting to offend anyone, I think it should be based on, in my honest opinion, and that's what I try and do on this channel. I try and be as honest as I can be. So it's not that I'm not saying I'm right. Again, as I said earlier, I'm not saying that my opinions are right. I don't want to be arrogant enough to think that my opinions are right, but I don't believe you deserve. I was thinking about this, and again, I think too much, but recently I was thinking that you deserve nothing really for being older, or for being a woman, or for being a man, or for being able, or maybe even for being disabled, really. Other than perhaps a bit of extra support if you're old or frail or disabled or whatever. But in my opinion, in a way, you don't really deserve anything just because you happen to be older than other people, or just because you happen to be a certain gender or whatever. So anyway, as I say, I would love to hear what your thoughts are, and if you could prove me wrong, as was it Stephen Crowder says, I think such and such, prove me wrong. But yeah, so I thought I'd share that opinion, and probably I did waffle too much, so please forgive me if I wasn't the most coherent. Or imagine how bad I'd be if I actually drank alcohol. I'd probably or took drugs or anything like that. But anyway, I'd love to hear what you think. Like, do you disagree with me? And if so, why? Do you think people deserve things just for being older, or just for being women? Do you think they deserve free meals? And I don't say that you're wrong to think contrarian opinion. You can go back and say, well, culturally, or whatever. But why should we listen to culture? If my ancestry, if I had a high level of, sorry for the negativity, but if I had a high level of suicide in my ancestry, does that mean I would do the same? Or if I had self-harm in my ancestry, does that mean I should do the same? Or should I try and change and not do those sorts of things? But yeah, as I say, in my opinion, you don't deserve anything for being young or old. You don't deserve any particular extra respect. Maybe you deserve a bit more support if you become old and frail, because you need that support. But in my opinion, as I say, two things determine, as I say, I'll stress one more time that, in my humble opinion, trying to be as humble but also as honest as possible. So I try not to offend people, but I do try and be honest. There's two things that make you deserve what you deserve. One is your intention, and two, probably in some ways doubly so, your actions. How you act on I suppose you would act on your intentions or your thoughts, generally speaking, I would imagine. Anyway, I think that covers everything, and sorry if I went a bit over. I did want to leave it to about 7 minutes, but I just thought a few other things I wanted to cover. I'll probably post anything else I can think of in the comments, and again, I would love to hear from you or read what you post if I take it literally. And I am out. Peace and love.